My name is Christopher Escobar. I'm the Executive Director of the Atlanta Film Society and the new owner of the Historic Plaza Theater. So I'm first generation American. I was raised in a single parent home. My mom's Colombian. I was born in Miami and grew up there, and then kind of halfway through growing up moved up here to Atlanta. So I've always lived in a very diverse metropolis, area. My heritage is an incredibly important part of what motivates me, and it's not just a cultural identity, it motivates me more than anything of how I operate. Looking back over the last almost 20 years that I've been here in Atlanta, I realized that I came in what is one of several booms that the metro Atlanta area has had, especially in the last 10 years, is a place that is just now starting to discover who it is, has been, can, and will be. I consider myself incredibly lucky and privileged that I get to, in my role, share some of the stories of what makes Atlanta such an incredible place. It's not a city that, when you get here, sizes you up and goes, well, who are you? If you're gay, if you're black, if you're Jewish, if you're poor, if you're whatever, there's a place for everyone here. Plaza Theater now holds a few distinctions. It's the oldest cinema in the city. It's the only independently owned cinema in the city. It's also the only minority owned theater in the city. The theater has grown a lot, has done a lot better business, looks a lot better, but the owner was then getting ready to retire. And this was kind of a critical moment for the Film Society because we really relied on the plaza and had a lot of sweat equity in it. And so I couldn't afford for someone else to buy it because in all likelihood they would not be able to continue the same relationship. So I bought it. The plaza went from being a strategic, mutually benefiting partner of the Film Society to now it's philanthropically committed to the Film Societies. The Atlanta Film Festival is really unique because it was a grassroots effort. It was founded by a community, and largely we're still the same thing. There's no guarantee the film festival happens every year. We don't have some major endowment, some major funding. We only happen because people volunteer their time, their love, their effort, their financial support, their everything. And sort of a miracle, it happens every year, but it does. It gets better every year. The Atlanta Film Festival has been diverse and international long before that was ever cool. And we do that by not only showing and sharing stories that folks want to see, but also things that they need to see. We have generally a 50-50 male-female parity, and it's always been a part of our identity. We're lucky enough and frankly privileged enough to have the selection to do that. Because for 5 decades, we've been signaling that this is the film festival for everyone else. It doesn't matter what your gender is, what your race is, what your sexual orientation is, or from what part of the country or the world you're from. We want to see your stories and we want to share them with our community because that's who our community is. The faces we put up, the films we show, it's not all straight, white, upper class males from New York and California. It's everyone else, right? Which is most people.